I got one. How
Go
did
ahead,
I put
I
a
got-
massive stem through my butt? Looks like a bolt through Frankenstein's neck.
What?
It's unbelievable. Yeah, I don't know how it happened. Like, it's massive, bro. I'm not going to put it on camera because this is going to make it to YouTube. But jeez, like rookie. Now I got to hold it from the tip like a weirdo.
Ugh, that's brutal.
Brutal.
I hate when that happens.
Do you see one, Chris? Because I got one right here.
Go for it.
Your boyfriend, your best friend, the clap, asks, I just had beans. Sorry, good work there, Jesse. Appreciate you. Eaten by bulb mites. Question, should I just get rid of the soil and start over? Question mark. I'm not familiar with bulb mites, but I'm assuming that they're probably similar to most. And if you
Like
haven't,
russets?
I honestly don't know, but I'm just gonna go ahead, Chris. He knows.
I'm saying that they're very common in living soil. I don't have too much knowledge about them either, but they can get out of control when you're in living soil. So, I don't have any knowledge on how to kind of knock back that population.
My answer is yes. I don't know. Like you must be.
Yes.
Yeah, you start over. If you've got something out of control this early on, like again, this is coming from a guy that knows nothing about organics. So again, maybe this is a beneficial bug.
Nematodes
Maybe this is anything, but it's like if this is eating your plant, I don't see anything beneficial about that. So I would think that there's something going on, and I would try to dial that system in. Again, like try to dial that, like figure out your infestation or your pest, get it under control, plant again.
Yeah, pests are a headache. Fighting pests is an uphill battle. If you can get your plant healthier and take a clone or a cut for a clone, that's probably going to be a faster recovery method than trying to heal up that particular cultivar. I've come to find that out myself. Like, I literally am better off to just try to get it healthy enough to take a cut and clean that as much as I can in the quarantine and restart. Just is not worth the battle. But that's myself. I've been growing for 16 years now. And it's to the point where I really am trying to grow for happiness because it's no longer a monetary gain. But it's like, if it's not going to help me out and I can't smoke sooner, then I'm getting rid of it. Well, it's a bummer, but sad truth, man. You got to call the herd.
Yep. Totally
Derek
agree.
Grow asks, can you explain to everyone the benefits of having a controlled lung room? I think people realize the game changer there. I mean, that's super important. I live in a very dry climate. You know, it's only 30. Actually, right now it's 25% humidity in this room. So if I wasn't controlling my lung room, the room that my grow tents are in, any intaking air, any air that's going to be intaken through the grow tents would be at 25% RH. Not good. So I increase the humidity in my lung room. That way, when my exhaust fan kicks on in my grow tents, air is coming in of the proper humidity and temperature as well. Sometimes in the wintertime, it gets very cold and I have to have space heaters in my lung room in order to try to increase the temperatures just in my lung room. So the air coming into the grow tent isn't too low. But yeah, if you can control your lung room temperature, humidity, and make sure that air is coming into your grow tents sufficiently, then it is a game changer.
We all went. I like that. Well, considering the fact that outdoor, so let's say it's winter season and everyone's like, oh, it grows way better when you're bringing cold air from outside into your room. You know, that works amazing. But when it's hot and you're bringing that humid, hot air into your grow, it's not as good. Well, if you can control the room if you can control nature outside, that would be amazing, right? But you can't. But you can control that lung room if you're using, another space to intake or, outtake, which isn't the word, but to exhaust your air. Exhaust your air. That's the one.
Gotcha. Thanks, Jesse.
Working. Thank you. It really boils down to controlling the environment to create your environment. And if you can't do that, then you're going to run into more issues in the tent itself or into your grow room itself. So you're better off to maintain your environment externally so you can have it better internally. Yep.
And since you pretty much just said everything I was going to say, just consider the lung room as your buffer. It's like that's if I'm going to make any changes, I much rather make the change to the buffer than the garden itself. And, Chris has it sometimes so cold that he has to add heaters in his lung room. It is so cold here all the time. And the reality is if I just have the tent in my lung room it's blowing minus 30 because my lung room is a cold room. There's no heaters. It's just in the basement. I think in old times they used to put potatoes and maybe wine in there or something. I'm not sure. But that's where I use mine. So I have to keep it regulated. It's important. So it's a buffer, right? It's a buffer.
And sometimes it's real beneficial to have that cooler air in that lung room, specifically when you have a grow light that's going to heat up that grow space. Then all of a sudden you're having to exhaust that air because it's just hot air. Well, bringing in cooler air, it's super beneficial. I mean, that's the only way you're going to really battle that issue. You know, if your lung room is 80 degrees and your grow tent's 80 degrees and your fan kicks on, it's just going to be on the entire time, you know?
Yeah.
So making sure that it's cooler than what is inside your grow tent for sure. Like I usually try to get my lung room around 70, 10 degrees lower than what I'm aiming for, you know, with lights on. So, and that works out good for me.
Yeah, and D Squad over here on Twitch, shout out D Squad, makes a very good point. Space wise, if you need heaters or coolers or humidifiers or dehumidifiers, you typically have more space for equipment in the lung room versus a tent. So that's a great observation, and usually more outlets and areas to work in that sense. So yeah, looking at like an extension of your space. And I think that's the beautiful part is you can have an extension of your grow that you can control to make it easier for your grow itself. Lung rooms are definitely important. And I like the term too. Shout out Wes Martin. I saw you, brother.
This FTS clip was brought to you by AC Infinity, leaders in garden innovation. Use discount code TheStash15 at checkout to save some money on your order.
From the Stash Podcast.